tree wire and what it means to the community.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for allowing us to be here today. My name is Lisa Bryant. I am the Senior Community Development Specialist with Wire 3, and we are super excited to be here. I do want to let you know that all my kids are in Tennessee, so it wasn't any of them kicking the specker boxes over, so I might go ahead and just pull myself out of that. I mean, I know, y'all might think that, but it wasn't us, okay? So, this is, like I said, my director, my Karen, he'll be hopping in here in a minute. We've got Shannon, he's learning a lot about the job, so I just drug him down here to see what a good board could do. I've been listening to you all, and I'm very impressed with how you take your duties seriously, and I noticed that you're investing in money, and you're trying to get some investment on your return, and that's what we're here to help you with as well. Wire 3 is a fiber optic internet company based out of Volusia County. So we are local, okay? When you have an issue or you have something that you want to talk with us about, we are going to have 2 offices in Volusia. We're going to have 2 in Brevard. We're going to have one in Port St. Lucie and Indian River, and we're also spreading over to Orlando. We're going to have an office over there as well. So we are a lot different than the big companies. The reason I know that is Mike and I worked for a big company for 23 years, and we decided we wanted to do something a little bit different. So we joined Wire 3 in the last year, and we have been hard at work trying to get fiber optics into neighborhoods like yours. So that we are a lot different than the fiber optic companies that you have out there right now, and the coax companies that you have out there right now. Okay, shiny penny squirrel, sorry. So we are an employee-based company. So when you see a technician come out and he is installing fiber in your neighborhood, he's got some skin in the game. He cares about how he does things. I care about how I interact with you, and we care about the communities that we come into. Our main goal is to bring fiber optics into your neighborhood and allow you all to see what it can really do for you, okay? I've been with the company now for going on 7 months, and it's been really exciting to learn what kind of changes we can really bring into a community, okay? So I'm curious, when I say the word internet, what do y'all think? What immediately comes to your mind?
How fast?
How fast? What else?
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost? What else?
What do you squeeze the bun with?
What do I what?
Squeeze the bun with.
Squeeze the bun with.
So
Bandwidth. Oh, I was like, I don't have a bun, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not squeezing any buns, okay?
Our HR will not
Our
allow
HR will not allow that.
There'll be no bun squeezed tonight, just saying. Except maybe hot dog buns.
Except maybe hot dog buns. Yes, bandwidth. Absolutely. What else?
Reliability.
Reliability.
So I work from home.
Oh, so do I. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I hear all the time, we're an older demographic and we don't use a lot of internet. I'm sorry. Yes, we do. I'm old, okay? I work from home and I live off of my internet. And where I live, Wire 3 is not there, and I'm working diligently to get it there so that I can get the fiber experience like you all can get the fiber experience. Why is it important to you? Why is it important to you? You work from home. Why is it important?
I have to be available 24/7.
Right? Okay. And if you're not, what happens?
Well, I won't get sick.
It's not going to be good for anybody, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. He fusses at me if I'm not online, And with the company that I'm with now, it's the reliability just isn't there. And the reason that it isn't there is because it's not a true end-to-end fiber. With us, I'm going to use what Mike uses. It's if you can think of when you were a kid and you had 2 tin cans in a string, well, that's our system. Except it's really 2 expensive tin cans, right? One's our central office. The string that is in the middle is fiber optic, and on the other end is an Eero equipment And you guys are gonna love the new Eero equipment. I'm really excited about that one, okay? So we are the fastest, friendliest, and most reliable company in Florida, okay? So being the fastest, I wanna let you know that we have the very fastest with up to 10 gigabit internet. No other company in this area, okay, offers that. I've had some people say, well, AT&T has 10 gig fiber. Well, they might in New York, and they might in Los Angeles, but they don't here. We do, and we're really excited about that, okay? I want to talk to you about the customer service that we have. What's your experience with customer service when you call in?
What customer service?
Exactly. Anybody else have anything, you know?
Foreign countries.
You can't talk to a human being. Exactly, exactly. How many buttons do you have to press?
God knows.
God knows. And if you press that button, you're going to go to the wrong department, then we're going to transfer.
Then you gotta,
Foreign countries, absolutely. And I don't have any problem, but when I call somebody and there's a chicken in the background, I kind of have to worry about my security. You know what I'm saying? So with us, we have our customer service based right up in Volusia County. So when you call in, you don't have to press 9,000 numbers. You go straight to a representative, and you're going to have a local representative that is in that county that cares about what you have to say, because they have skin in the game, right? The better they do, the higher our stock prices go, the more money they get put in the bank, right? So we knew that. We don't hire people that are not customer service focused, and if by chance one slips through, they're not going to be there long. We have the board that we have, our president, our CEO, everybody meets every day in a meeting called the water cooler meeting. And customer service has to come in and they have to announce how many calls they took, whether they were positive, whether they were negative, and if they were negative for whatever reason, they better be fixed. And if they're not fixed, then she has to kind of hang around afterwards and explain why they're not being fixed and when they're going to be fixed. So you guys are very important to us. Without you, we don't have a business, right? So we want to make you happy. We want you to know that we care about you. We also want to, when we come out, we want to let you know that we'll be here when you need us, okay? So one of the other things, fastest, friendliest, the fastest with the 10 gig service, no other company that you have out there is going to be able to give you a symmetrical speed of up to 10 gig. Somebody tell me what's symmetrical. Why is it important?
Same old way, like upload, download.
yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So how do you use that now? Tell me why upload and download is important to you. Anybody? Anybody upload videos?
Netflix, anything like that. Streaming services.
Exactly. How many of you stream now?
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, I do, you know? So, one of the things that you're gonna notice with our internet, your TV's actually gonna be a lot clearer. Anybody ever gone into Sam's and looked at a TV and gone, man, that is the best TV on the planet, and then you get it home and you're like, what happened? You know that person's not, jumping out the screen and you can't see them. Well, that's because you don't have the internet to provide that clarity. You don't have the internet to support what that TV can do.
Well, at the end of the month, they slow it down, too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things, I'm glad you said that. One of the things that we absolutely will never do is throttle your internet, ever. We have an open line directly to your house. You can use as much of it or as little of it as you want, okay? We will never throttle it for you. One of the other things that I'm really pleased with, how many of you called into your internet company and they told you it would be a set amount, and then when you got the bill, it wasn't the same thing? Anybody ever experienced that? Yeah? Okay, well, one of the things that we do is when we tell you that our gigabit internet, our 1 gig internet is $60, it's really $60. You don't have any taxes, you don't have any fees, you don't have any surcharges, you don't have any installation, unless you want us to crawl over the house and put it underneath the basement and, you got something extremely wild that's going on. A normal installation is completely free. So when we tell you that you're going to get a gig for $60, you actually get a bill for $60, and that's it. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I live on a budget. So when my bill comes in and it's not what it says it is, then, you know, I gotta pull that from somewhere else. Okay? Tell me what other issues you might have with your internet. Anything?
Price increases.
Price increases?
Hey.
Do you know that we've not had a price increase since we've been in business? We are not, I want to tell you one of the things that we are really proud of. We are not here to make a killing. Mike and I, and our CEO and everybody has been with the big company, and they know that they don't take that money and reinvest it. Right now, we have a $250 million investment from Oak Hill. And we're going out to all the public and private easements, and we're building fiber into these neighborhoods. It is use it or lose it money. So we want to use it on you. We want you all to allow us to bring our fiber optics into the community so that it will, number one, you'll have a better service. It's going to be dependable, right? Also, it is going to, I lost it. What did I want? What?
It's dependable.
It's dependable. You're gonna be able to get up in the morning and know that you can go to work and know that you have everything that you need with your internet. Okay? So we've got fastest, friendliest, and then we've got the most reliable. We have not lost service in the last, since we have been in business, we have not lost any service whatsoever except once. And I have never been more impressed with the company. They pull people off the phone and call customers and say, guess what? Someone cut our main, and we're going to be down for a little bit. Have you ever had any of your companies call you and tell you that it's going to be down? No? You just went to use it and it wasn't there, right? Well, we called our customers and we said, guess what? It could take us up to 4 hours to fix this, okay? And we're really sorry. We had it fixed in 45 minutes, okay? We have local technicians that are going to come into your neighborhood, and I understand from talking with some of the other boards that you may or may not have had some of the best installation experiences. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't badmouth competition. But I can tell you that when we come out, we don't use oversized trucks, we use regular trucks and vans, and we have local employees that are going to come into your neighborhood, and they are going to take extreme care when they install this service for you. I didn't believe it. So I said, hey Mike, let's go out and we're going to watch these technicians. Before I go out and say that they're going to take care of this, I want to see what they do, right? So we sat back and we pulled up and we did the I Spy, and we watched our technicians. And what they do when they come out to put in our equipment is they take a piece of cloth and they lay it down on the ground. And when they dig up the sod, they put that sod over on a piece of cloth so that it doesn't take all the dirt and nastiness and, you know, spread it everywhere and create a mess. They dig it out and they put it on another piece of cloth over here. We install our equipment and then we put it back and we leave it the way we found it. Are you going to have a little piece that's going to take a couple of weeks to be watered and to put back into place? Absolutely. You are, because we're going to dig it up. But it's not going to take very long, and you're not even going to be able to see that we were there. And we also are not going to have things sticking up out of the ground. We've got a plate. It looks kind of like a manhole, a square manhole, and it lays down flush, so you'll be able to mow right over it, and it's aesthetically pleasing.
No kids will be able to kick it.
No kids will be able to come out and kick these over. You won't have any issues with
But there are
that.
things that are still, they're not going away,
Yeah,
because they're not, because you've got cable,
All right, they'll still be there.
you've got TV,
Yeah, those things will still be there.
they'll still be there.
We're not taking away their network or anything like that.
no.
We're just trying to give them extra things to get over.
Right. We're just gonna, what we try to do when we come in is leave your neighborhood the way that we found it. We want everything to look as good as it can. And if you've got all of these nodes sticking up all over the place, I just don't think that's aesthetically pleasing. I've got one in my front yard and I don't like it. Half the time, like you said, somebody's come through and they've knocked it over and it's open and I have to call a technician to come out to fix it. So I feel your pain. Feel your pain. So far, what questions do you have?
If you're running fiber optics and putting road into our area,
Mhm.
and all the houses are hooked up to it,
Mhm.
and Whitman Road, where is it hooked into there?
Okay, I'm getting ready to sit down and I'm gonna let Mike Cannon tell you that. He's getting ready to come up and he's gonna tell you how it's installed, where it's gonna come from and all that.
Okay,
Okay?
sounds good.
All right.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can we go back to pricing? You said that you hadn't had any price increases in the past, which is fabulous, but we're
Right.
talking about the future.
Right.
What can you tell us about, it's like you get tied in for 1 or 2 years and the price goes up.
We don't do contracts.
So the price
Yeah.
will not increase?
We
or-
cannot, can I promise you that the price will not increase? Absolutely not. I cannot. But if you like the price, something happens that it increases and then you leave, someone's gonna take that into account and, go from there. But we have not had more than one since we started. We've been here for 3 years. We currently have 4,500 customers, in retail. They are not tied to us by contract in any way. They stay with us because they like us. And I just want to tell you about this one guy that we have. He works out of his home, and he basically has his own computer server, and he does commercials for us. Our internet is so good that he has gone online and on his YouTube channel and done commercials for us. We have not paid him, not one red cent. But he's like, this fiber is amazing, and I want you to know it. And he tells us everything that, he does with it. So we're not paying him, so it must be pretty good.
Can I say something about that?
You
too, real
absolutely
quick?
can.
And I've only been with the company about 5 months, but they transferred me over to community development. But I kind of helped oversee our expansion in Titusville. I was one of the sales coaches up there, and I can personally say that I know for a fact, coming into 2024 from 2023, we actually lowered our rack price, our retail price for the 10 gig service. We lowered it by, I think, $20. So not only have we not raised prices, we actually lowered them because we had enough subscribers to do that. And I think that speaks volumes to what the company's doing. They're trying to provide more rather than, just go based on demand. And it's huge. I live in an area that's not serviced by Wire 3. I use a local cable internet provider that I'm not going to disparage, but I can say right now, when she says that we have speeds that are symmetrical, it's seriously mind-boggling how different that looks from someone like me who's paying for a 1 gig service. And I can see I'm getting 700 and something megs download. But when I run the speed test that's not owned by the company providing my internet, it shows you the upload speed also. And the upload speed says 35 megs. That's why the wheel's spinning when I'm trying to watch the last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's your answer for that. Anyway,
What about data caps?
We don't have
we
it.
don't do data caps.
We do not. No. We do not limit you in any way. We want you to be happy. Wait, who was first?
It doesn't matter. Starts at $60, what's the 10 gigabyte cost?
$99.99.
So what's your increment for each gigabyte roughly?
Okay, so we have 1 gig for $60, 2.5 is 80, and 10 gig is $99.99.
Actually, just
99, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, flat 99, sorry.
We just discounted it by 99 cents.
99 cents.
No, you're overcharging.
Yeah, we overcharged them there to go, but now we're good. Now yeah.
Just to, obviously power goes out, but most of us have generators and can bring it back up. Does your system stay up and running?
Absolutely it does. We do not require electricity, which he is going to talk about.
Okay.
We need it at both ends, of course.
Of course.
Right. But we have it there. Not only do we have it at the locations we need it at, they told us we had a bunch of generators in our office up there, and I was like, why do we have that? And I'm like, well, if we have a storm, then we're going to make sure that our customers don't go down. So one of our technicians will be carting one of those things out there and making sure that you have it at your location as long as you've got electricity. Yes, ma'am.
So your 99 is not into that free offer, or is that?
No.
And is there an installation fee?
No, not at all. There's zero installation, zero anything. The only thing that we end up charging extra is if you need, your home is a particular way, and a regular install is not gonna be what you want, and you're like, I want it right over here and there and here and there, you are very specific, then we would have an install. Other than that, just normal, regular install, $0.
And that's a router that'll work with mesh systems in the
Yes,
arrows?
absolutely. He's
Okay.
got, we are getting ready
Now,
to
you
show
need
you
to-
I'll
the
let him talk.
Hero.
You need to let him.
And he is getting ready to tell you about a piece of equipment that I'm so stoked about. We were using the Nokia, and it's a good piece of equipment, but it wasn't doing everything that we wanted it to do. So we went to Google and were like, hey, what you got for us? And they gave us this Eero. They didn't give it to us, we bought it, let me tell you. But we give it to you free of charge. I'm gonna challenge each of you to go home and look up what an Eero costs. Okay?
You can look it up now.
Yeah.
This thing right here, if you go out to Amazon, it's actually made by a company that's owned by Amazon. It's one of the best pieces of technology you can have inside your house. And if you look on Amazon right now, you'll see a reconditioned one of these for probably $180. It's probably the cheapest you're gonna find. Brand new, they're $230 to $250 all day long. This is what we include for free into your house. You don't pay a monthly fee for it. It comes with our internet. This thing right here can serve up to 2,500 square feet on its own. It's very powerful. It has different bands. I don't know if you realize, but Wi-Fi technology is all, everybody has a lot of people don't anymore, but you ever had cordless phone before? The old 2.4 gigahertz was the big thing, and it's clearer, right? All it is like a radio. It's like a radio signal. That's what these guys do, is they disperse the radio signal throughout your house, and that's how your phones and your other devices connect to the Wi-Fi, right? This has the low 2.4 gigahertz band to penetrate through stuff that the higher bands won't, but it goes all the way up to 5.8 gigahertz. This is called an Eero 6E if you're looking at it online. We also have the Eero 7. The Eero 7s are bigger than this, but they have even more cool features. But one of the cool features of this thing right here out of the box, because they're partnered with Amazon, the firmware in this is also matches all of the latest firmware in the Echo devices. So if you bought an Amazon Echo, an Echo Dot, you bought anything in that universe, what this will do is not only talk to it, but that device will then become a Wi-Fi extender in your house and create a mesh system off of the devices you already own. So it's really, really cool. You don't even need more than one of these, but if you need more, we have them, and we have a different way that we can distribute that.
Yeah, my question was about repeaters.
Yeah.
Not every home is going to allow that to function in every room
Right.
because of different variances in the walls and what they're made of.
Yep.
So,
the repeaters,
So you're going to supply a repeater at no cost?
So no, let me explain. So this can do most homes up to 2,500 square feet, right? If you have a Dot or any Amazon device, those will actually act as repeaters. So you can have one in every room if you want, and you got strong Wi-Fi in every single room. If you need more than one of these, we have what's called our Total Connect program. Total Connect is, if it's on retail basis, it's $10 a month, and you can cancel at any time. You're under no contract. And with the Total Connect program, what we do is we walk around your house with a Wi-Fi signal meter, and we look at every corner of your house, every room, every nook and cranny, and we see where the Wi-Fi needs a little help, it needs a little boost, and we put another one of these in.
Well, tell me how Echo Dot acts as a repeater.
Oh, the Echo Dot is a repeater as long as you bought it within the last year or so, because it's meshes, it's a mesh Wi-Fi. It meshes with the firmware in this device. It takes the signal from here and it not only connects to it, but then it actually boosts it and sends it out so other devices can connect to this through your Echo Dot. Yes.
What's the transfer speed from that device to a phone, computer, Wi-Fi?
So if most people, that's a great question, what's a transfer speed? Most of you right now don't have devices that can handle the transfer speed that this guy can give you. This out of the box, when we hook up our 1 gigabit by 1 gigabit to it, you get up to 800 down and 800 megs up. So almost a full gig down and up, if your device can handle it. We also have the Eero 7s, and the reason why we have the Eero 7s is because that sucker is the only device on the planet that can actually service up to 10 gigs wirelessly. 10 gigabits up and down. So that's why we have that. So if you're a 10 gig customer, if you buy the 10 gig, you get the upgraded 7. It also includes a cool feature like a VPN included with that Eero 7 for no cost. That can keep you safe on the internet because wherever you connect, they can't see your, your IP address. Yes.
A lot of people have security cameras outside. They run on 2.4.
Right.
If I have that in my family room, my cameras are out front. Right now I have a dedicated mesh system that I have a unit out front, an outdoor unit, to boost my wireless signal to the cameras.
Is it Eero or no? Is it made by Eero or not?
No,
Okay.
it's a TP-Link mesh system.
Okay, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's TP-Link. I'm not 100% sure, but it's 6, Wi-Fi 6.
Okay.
Is my system gonna, my boosters gonna work with this?
As long as your booster can receive the signal from this, which we'd have to look at the actual TP-Link to make sure it's compatible, then yeah, because this has 2.4 in it. And what this thing does is it's a very smart system inside. It actually sends out tests constantly, and if the device that it's talking to is best on 2.4, it'll connect on 2.4. Thank you guys for that.
Thank you, very informative, thank you.
By the way, before we lose too many, because I know that this is, everybody has things to go to, you guys have a neighborhood that has public utility easements. You have public roads, right?
Yeah.
Well, the good news is that we're not really here to sell you anything. We're presenting and sharing because we could do the opposite. We're actually coming in and we're going to build this area. We're going to build your neighborhood, which means on our side, we're going to spend about $500,000 is what it amounts to, bringing our fiber to your driveway or to the front, to your utilities that dry your whole neighborhood. That $500,000 investment on our part could very realistically increase everybody's property value here by 1 to 3%. Just having access to fiber optic internet makes your property a lot more valuable, okay? And not only are we doing that, but, I mean, we could literally come in and then all of a sudden you see people digging in your neighborhood and you're like, what's this? We want to get ahead of it because we're not just a fly-by-night company. We're here. Our roots are here. We're going to be here in the community for a long time. In fact, we give back to every community that we're in. In Volusia County, we've already sunk more than $100 million into the local economy, and we have right now a fresh investment, as Lisa mentioned, from a company called Oak Hill Capital. There are billions and billions of dollars worth of like a hedge fund type of thing or a investment company. We have $250 million to spend. It's almost like use it or lose it money, and we're expanding to this area. So we're going to build your neighborhood. We want you to understand who we are, that we're down-to-earth, regular people. We're a customer service first company, then internet company second. And then there's another way that you guys can benefit by up to $500,000 as well over the next 5 years back in your pockets. One of the ways you can do that is if the community got together and decided that instead of paying $60 for a gig, you wanted to pay $40, there's a way you can do that. You can do it through a bulk agreement. A bulk agreement would be if you got together and if enough of the board members and enough of the community members decided, you know what, sign me up for $40 internet for the next 5 years, they could take and get rid of your internet bill right now, raise your HOA dues by $40 a month, and then they pay us the bill and your internet bill goes away. And you would get the 1 gig for $40 a month through that bulk billing. And you'd save $20 a month times 317 doors for the next 5 years. That's almost $500,000 saved over the next 5 years. So there's that to think about too, if you wanted to go that route. We really, honestly, we just want to help. We don't really care if you buy retail or you buy wholesale. Yes.
When are you laying fiber in this area?
great question. Within the next 12 months, and I believe you asked a question earlier, where's the fiber going? Well, it's going all throughout this area, Wickham Road, for proprietary purposes, because we try to keep our customers, safe and our network safe, and for the reliability factor that she talked about. They don't even tell me where the cabinet is, because we don't want that secret to be out there. We don't want somebody to do anything. Those kids that are kicking over whatever, we wouldn't want somebody to mess with our equipment, so that's going to be an industry, that's going to be a secret. We protect that, okay? But to your point of reliability, I swear this guy in the back is like, working for us practically. When you ask a question, we're like, that's something we want to talk about. Our network is only powered in 2 places, like Lisa said. It's powered on our end, and we're not going to lose power on our end. And it's powered at your house. If you have a generator, you're not going to lose internet. In fact, during the last 2 hurricanes, for all of our customers, they haven't lost internet as long as they've had power. And with all of our network being underground and protected conduit, all of that fiber, unless somebody cuts through it, like Lisa mentioned, and forgive her, I know she said basements, and she's from Tennessee, y'all. She doesn't realize, basement here, you'd be in the mud, you'd be, I know she said basement.
This is great.
So, we will come in the neighborhood, and we're gonna install this, and you can either just buy the service retail if you want. You don't have to buy from us. We'll be fine if not everybody buys from us. We're a great option and alternative to what you have. I know that we're going to be the right company for you, and as a matter of principle, there's certain things that we're founded on. We are never going to throttle our speeds. We don't believe in that. Okay? We don't believe in contracts on a retail side. Now, if you're paying $40 a month, there's going to be a contract. For 5 years as a minimum. If the board pays us and you pay the board through your dues, that's the best way to save the most money. But if you just buy retail, you just pay it on a credit card, and if you, for some reason, if we did raise the price, the market will dictate what we can do or what we can't do. If we raise the price by $5 a month, you're like, I'm out of here, and you cancel the service. You're going to keep the equipment. We're not going to take it back from you. We're not going to repossess it or anything like that. But then when you find out that the service that you were using, you were taking for granted because it was so good, and you want to come back, then we know you'll be back at some point. If not, we'll lower the price back again. You know what I mean? We're not stupid, right? So what questions do you guys have about anything, technical? That's kind of where I come in. I can do the technical stuff, yes.
So tell me about the box. Can I get in the box and secure it?
Into this box.
Yeah.
This is secure.
How long to be able to secure it, or DMZs?
Absolutely.
Separate the 2.4 from the 5?
Absolutely. So, Eero, if you look online and read about this thing, it's super cool. It has an app.
Okay.
And when we install it, we say download the app, and you walk up to near the Eero, and it says searching for device. It's a 5-minute thing. You name your network, you name your password, you say which devices can connect, which can't connect. You can control anything about this device through the app.
The spectrum on that would make useless.
I know. This app is really cool though. I actually already have the Eero app on my phone because I actually have one of these at my house. I live in a neighborhood where I can have fiber. Unfortunately for these guys, they can't. So I'm gloating. But at any rate, this is my network here, and this is the app, and it tells me what's going on, what speed, what's connected in my bedroom right now. There's 5 wireless devices connected right there.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to be able to, 2.4 on a guest and 5 on a secure, or...
Yeah, we.
No. So
You
well,
can do that.
let me explain this.
And can you
That-
also do that from the web as well, or only the app?
You can do it only from the app right now. In the future, you might be able to do it from the web, but right now it's only the app. That's a great question. What you're saying though, with this, you don't need to do that. Because, and here's why.
Okay, just so you know,
Yeah,
I'm a cybersecurity guy.
right.
I need to do that.
If you look into this, I will tell you though that you can run 2 SSIDs at the same time on this thing and keep things separate, and you don't have to have a certain bandwidth for your guest or a certain frequency for your guest?
But I want to be able to separate my stuff from theirs.
Absolutely, you can. So you can run two networks simultaneously on this. In fact, in our multifamily installations, the great thing is when you have apartments or condos, then you have your own network that's private, it's locked down, you have your printers, you have all your stuff on it, and we've also run on every single one of these because it's mesh. Every single one of these on like a 150 unit property has a guest network that runs separate, totally separate and secure. And that guest network has its own login and password, so as people walk around that multifamily property, you can tell your guests what the guest network is, and they walk around, it's almost like resort type of internet, and they never need to touch your stuff, they don't know what's on your network, they can't go into anything on your network, so.
So the other question I have that's screaming at me is that if that's a mesh, I can see his stuff as well, and I can see his stuff,
Nope,
and his stuff.
nope,
You
you
just
can't.
said it's a mesh network.
It's a mesh network only with, it connects to each other, but the SSID that we put on it, if it's the same SSID and we want it to connect on a guest network all over the property,
So the SSIDs are hidden, aren't they?
they're separate, they're hidden, yeah. Absolutely. It's really cool, it's great technology, seriously, read into
Because
it.
all your SSIDs are not hidden right now, because I can see
They're not,
most of them.
they're not. The network you're on right now is not secure. This is secure. I guarantee it's a lot more secure than what you have right now. It's not gonna be maybe to your standard, but it's gonna be a lot more secure than you have right
So
now.
my last question is,
Yeah.
you said it, you're in partnership with Amazon.
Yes.
So Amazon are about to rewrite all the code. Are you going to upgrade those devices, and is it going to automatically upgrade itself?
The firmware automatically upgrades.
Okay.
So this year, if you look into company Eero, they were blazing a new trail of high-quality devices, and then Amazon bought them. So they're an Amazon-owned company, but ever since they've been a part of the Amazon ecosystem, they've actually integrated a lot of stuff, like I said, the Echo Dots and stuff like that. They've integrated that into their firmware. This thing will continually get updates without you doing anything. Absolutely. Good, really good question.
So where technology
I
is
think
changing.
as an IT security guy, because my brother was IT security director at NASA for years, he just retired last year. He left IT when they switched from Cisco to Microsoft, because, that's a whole nother headache. But what I was gonna say was, we also offer things like reserved IP.
Okay.
So I think that'd be something you'd probably be interested in. Things like that, and like to echo what he was saying about the era, you can actually, it's almost like the app has dip switches for every single person who's connected to your network. So you can set your own rules, boundaries, and parameters for each device that's in the network within the app. It's pretty brilliant.
You get very specific. So the technology is changing all the time. Do the updates go automatically to that machine, or would you have to replace it to keep up with the technology as it changes? We had this unit back in where our home state was, over here. I have this same unit. And they did come out one time and change it out because they had a better version of it.
If we need to, we will, absolutely. But right now, Eero has reassured us that with the 6E and the 7 that we have, I mean, it's going to be a viable option for everybody for the next at least between 5 and 10 years. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but absolutely, we want you to have the best internet experience. And we're talking, to be clear, I mean, there is no company out there that I know of that is one of the bigger companies that's going to install something in your house that's worth $200. Every one of these companies and your stuff that's in there right now that he can see all your SSIDs, that company probably paid $50 for. Yes.
Get away from the technical side.
Yes, sir.
Let's say I'm watching football Sunday afternoon and lightning strikes and burns everything up. How do I get a new one real quick?
You either call us, we have a phone number, a local service phone number. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So somebody be here local that could respond?
Absolutely.
Call, text, or email, however you like.
So our number, you can text to it, you can call it, you can email it, you can chat online, whatever.
You
Obviously,
can text pictures even.
yeah, if the thing burns up, then you can't, you're not gonna chat online, but you can text us a picture of what's going on with the smoke coming out of it, and we'll,
What if there's no smoke, what if it just sits
if there's no smoke, then you're screwed.
We don't
That's
need
how it
to do that.
works. Yeah,
Exactly.
You got a question?
yeah,
up
sorry,
front.
you have a question, sorry.
Everything you've said is wireless. What about wired?
Wired, you have, one port in the back of this,
So I can run into a switch?
absolutely, you can run it to your own switch.
Because my printer doesn't have the wireless.
Absolutely. You can do Ethernet here, and then it can go to a multi-port switch, and you can connect 4, 5, 8 devices, whatever you want.
So I have to
need a
get my
router or
own-
just use the switch?
You just need a switch. You don't need a router. That's
So I
right.
will need to provide my own switch if I want to run more than one PC wired.
Correct. You'll need to provide your own switch for that, but it'll work with any standard switch, and you don't need an extra piece of equipment or router or anything like that.
One last technical question.
Yes, sir.
At least for me.
Yes.
Are you running a ring or are you running straight fiber?
We're running straight fiber. We're not leasing a ring from anybody. This is our network that we own. We're not like,
So a break upstream is going to affect everybody downstream.
exactly. Yep.
What's
And
this-
it's, within a split second, it's going out to the super highway that we're a part of. It's going on a 100 gig highway, and it's going up to the data centers in either Jacksonville or Miami.
But still, if you have a break upstream, it's going to cause downstream outages. And just from past experience, I know it takes a long time to repair fiber, especially multi-stream fiber.
Right.
So you have no backup.
Oh, we do, yeah. So it's either, if we have a problem with our network, we have backup, and we can go, it auto routes to either one of 2 different data centers, and we can go out on different paths.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's your speed on the wired?
On the wired, you're gonna get like 95% of whatever you're buying. So if you're buying a gig by a gig, you're gonna get like 980 by 980 approximately. If you're doing 10 gigs, you're gonna get almost darn near 10 gigs up and down. But this won't serve 10 gigs, this only stops at a gig. So, or actually it stops at 2.5. So if you're getting a 10 gig, then it's the Euro 7 that you would get, but yes. What else? Yes.
So you talked about internet, and, you know, obviously other providers provide other services.
Sure.
TV and phone, which I don't have a home phone anymore, so I don't need it, but I mean, the other providers shove a phone down your throat.
Right.
You know, and then also TV, you know, you get better discount. Are there other services or?
No, not for us.
Okay.
That's a great question. We know that we want to be, instead of jack of all trades, master at none, we want to be experts at what we do, and that's what we do. Now, I will tell you though, the TV game is changing so rapidly, it doesn't make sense for us to be a part of that and invest in that. Right now, you guys can buy an off-the-shelf Samsung Smart TV and get like 100 channels for free.
Yeah.
You can create your own package, you know, your own virtual package. You can buy YouTube TV if you want. You can buy Hulu Plus. I mean, the list goes on and on. We actually have a free service on our website that you can even use right now. You don't even have to be a customer. You can go to wire3.com. It's called mybundle.tv, and you go there and it has a questionnaire, and it says, what do you subscribe to now? What subscription services? What do you like to watch? What are your favorite channels? And it'll create a virtual package for you. It'll give you the total price, and it'll tell you if you want to do this, go out to this website and that website and that website and sign up, and here's your package. And that's free of charge. We don't make a penny off of anything related to television or phone or anything like that. If you want phone at a discount, home phone, other than your cell phone, we recommend a company called Ooma, O-O-M-A. They're out there on the internet, and Ooma doesn't charge anything for service in this area for unlimited local, unlimited long distances through the internet. They just charge taxes and fees, which is about $7.40 a month. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Also, I did mention that we are it's very important that we're meshing with the community and we're sharing anything that we could share that would be good for you guys. And I want to ask you a question real quick, and this is a little off topic of internet. How many of you have heard of the My Safe Florida Home program? Anybody?
Yeah.
Right? My Safe Florida Home program is a home program that right now is out of money. Okay? It's a real program that will give you up to $10,000 to beef up the mitigate the wind on your home. It'll give you up to $10,000 for free for doors, windows, and roofs. I mention this because we are investing so heavily in the state and in Volusia County and in certain areas. I just happened to be at a breakfast thing that we were at, and I heard a speech, and I got to meet the CFO for the state of Florida. He's the money guy for the whole state. His office is down the street from DeSantis. And what he said is that there's a surplus of money right now in Florida's coffers. They've never had more money than they have now. And they're going to reinvest in that program later on in the year. So even though if you go there now, it'll say that they're out of money, you can go and apply for it now, or a little bit later in the year, they will refund it, and I would recommend you get in quick. I'm going to do it. I'm telling you, I missed it the first go around, but after I heard him talk about it, I got excited about it. I told my wife we need to, at first my wife told me about it, I thought it was a scam, to be quite honest with you. And I was like, there's no way this is true. And I looked into it, and it was real, and I tried to get in it, and they were out of money, because it was very popular. But now they're going to refund it toward the end of the year, and it truly can help you with doors, windows, and roofs for your house. It's a free $10,000 if you get approved for it. So I just want to share that. It's just going to help you. We just want to help, okay? Any other questions?
So that install you're talking about, does that go from your drop of the street through my house, or just to the beginning of my house, and then you use the old, whoever I've got now, you use the old wiring, or do you rerun everything?
So we don't touch or use the old wiring at all.
Okay.
What we do is when we have those little flower pots underground, like she mentioned, those little square boxes, there's one for every 6 to 8 homes. So that's where we pull the drop cable from, and we run it alongside your house, and we try to go to the outside wall that makes the most sense for you. We drill a small hole through the outside wall. We put one of those guys there. That's our little network interface device. That's where the fiber sort of terminates on the outside. There's a hole behind that we weatherproof for you, and it goes inside your house, and it goes into a much smaller like jack on the inside of your home. And then you've got one of these, and this is your router, and you've got a really small device, and I have it with me, but I mean it's 1 inch tall by 5 inches by 5 inches. It's made by Nokia. And it's called an optical network terminal, and that's your modem. ONT is fancy for modem when it's coming off the fiber optic instead of copper. And then you have those 2 devices, and then you get your app going, and you're all set up and ready to go. And it's free install, like I said, unless you want to do any crazy stuff, like crawling through those basements in Florida. All right, any other questions? Because I don't want to hold anybody up. But I'm glad that you guys gave us an opportunity to come here and educate you a little bit. Yeah.
Say we only have 250 homes sign up. We still going to get the $40 rate?
If it's both,
It's almost going to be impossible to get 317 homes
Sure.
to all agree, and there's a lot of people that still don't use the internet.
Right.
Even unbelievable in this day and age. I mean, I'm 74, but there are people that don't use it, that are older than I am.
So here's something that we can do. So bulk is all or nothing, right? So bulk is you're going to pay the $40 for 317 homes, or we're not going to do that $40 rate, and it's a 5-year deal, right? You'd have to really find out from your community, maybe do it. We can send you a survey to send out to them. We don't charge you anything. You just send it out and just see, but that part of being an HOA is, if out of 317 homes, 280 want the $40 rate, well, then for the other ones, you can choose what you do as an HOA. Maybe you increase everybody's dues a little bit to compensate for the people who don't want it, or never going to install it, or never going to pay for it. But your rate with us would be approximately $40 a month per home for 317 homes. The other thing we can do is a marketing program that we have. The marketing program doesn't require 100% take rate. What the marketing program is I know you guys said no soliciting, right? So what that does is you sign up with the marketing plan, and for the next 5 years, you agree that once a month, for the first 6 months after we're live and ready to go in your neighborhood, you allow us a sign-up event where we come bring a tent, we bring some free giveaways, some tchotchkes, some food, whatnot, and we educate people on the service and allow them to sign up. We have people out there with iPads that can sign them up on the spot, or we can give them a link and they can go sign up on their own. We do that once a month for the first 6 months. After that, we reserve the right to do it once a quarter, and we can even coincide our events with any events you were gonna do anyway. You're gonna do a 4th of July thing for your community, let us sponsor it, you know, let us pay for it and come out and do something with you, right? If you did that, and you helped us a little bit with some digital marketing, you mentioned you got your website up and running, you're gonna have some emails and stuff. Maybe if you allow us to maybe market on your website a little bit, share with the community what new specials or deals that we have going on to get them to, you know, sign up. We may be doing like a 1 month free, 2 month, whatever. There's some, we do different specials. If you do that, we can actually set it up so that if you had, in your example, 200 homes or whatever out of 317 that ordered the service, if the average rate is $65, let's just say between the different rates, average, revenue for us, you know, gross revenue, $65 per home, you would get a percentage of that back, not just you, or not just, you know, you guys are all part of the association. The association would get a check back quarterly for a percentage of the monthly revenues that we collect on site for the 200 homes. So, you know, a couple hundred homes paying $65 a month, you know, if you get 5, 6, 8% back per month, if you get it in quarterly checks for the next 5 years, that could also be a lot of money over the, you know, back into your association to help you with costs, you know, like the lawn guy or the new sign or whatever you want to use it for, or the fence. And by the way, I did see the tissue box here. Thank you, whoever put that out, because if you want to shed tears over losing a Spectrum at some point and going with us, you're more than welcome to take a tissue with you, yes.
Well, I was wondering about the program being cyclical, and you identified that by saying 5 years.
Yes.
Okay, does it renew, or can it renew, or is that the end of the program?
After 5 years, we would look at it because